we'll do Taurus. Hello, Taurus. How are you all doing today? I'm hoping you are enjoying your season. Happy birthday. And let's get right into it, shall we? Feels as though everybody else has not been really going through it, but your season has been a little bit more emotional than usual. But I don't know if that's really the case for you. Wheel of Fortune, first card out. 7 of Pentacles, followed by the 8 of Pentacles. Very straightforward. I would expect nothing less. Okay, so entering into a period of the wheel turning, potentially in your favor, it seems as though. A period of waiting and a period of trying to see if the fruits of your labor would lead to the harvest that you expected. Well, they do, but not without a little bit more tweaking, a little bit more work, and a little bit more effort. So if you think that this is the end of the road for whatever work you're putting into a project or whatever work you're putting into, making a goal happen, there is still some work that needs to be done, but being able, this wheel, I feel like what's essentially happening with the Wheel of Fortune turning is that you are moving from a place of feeling as though you had little control over the situation, or the situation required a lot of patience and a lot of faith and a lot of belief that it would work out however it needs to work out. And now you are able to sort of be more hands-on with the project and to see things and to sort of see things turn out as you would like them to. You have a little bit more control over a certain situation. Let's see what else is coming up for Taurus. May 2020, your season. What a season it has been. Okay. 3 of Swords in the Tower. So maybe there was an expectation that if you worked hard enough on a relationship, or if you worked hard enough on a business deal, or if you worked hard enough with that business partner or on that job application, that the thing, right, was going to come to you. The thing was going to manifest in your favor. And it appears that that has not at all been the case. And it feels as though this heartbreak, this 3 of Swords moment comes as a shock. Usually we can sense and feel and see the 3 of Swords as it's approaching, as it's coming. We know when the heartbreak, we know when a disappointment's making its way towards us. But it feels as though you all are experiencing a disappointment that comes as a surprise. So this is also why this phase is even more important, because it feels almost as though there is a lack of patience and a lack of being able to be here in this energy, which makes sense. Your Taurus energy, right? There is a lack of being able to sit back and wonder and have faith that what you need to happen will happen. And so I feel as though this 8 of Pentacles might be a bit of a warning of, do not take on more than you are prepared to. Do not take on more than you feel you have the knowledge to, right? Like, don't take on more than you're able to account for, essentially. And if this is a relationship, well, there was maybe this perception that if I worked really hard on this relationship, or if I really, really did all the things and showed this person how hard I was willing to work on the relationship, almost treating the connection as if, like, if I just worked hard enough, or if I just put in this amount of effort, then I will yield these emotional results from this person, right? If you are in a relationship and sort of seeing it in this way. Well, number one, this is no way to see a relationship, right? Yes, relationships can take work, but they should not be work, right? They can take work, they can take effort, they can take our concentration, and they can take it can take us really doing the work to buckle down and learn. But it shouldn't feel and be work for you, unless you're a Capricorn. But treating a relationship as transactional, and maybe treating it as if I just worked hard enough, or if I just, did enough, that the situation would pan out. And that's actually kind of where the Tower moment comes in, and letting you know the faults within your foundation, right? Of how you might have viewed this situation, this relationship, job, whatever it may be. Let's see what else is coming up for Taurus for May 2020. You just popped out the Hierophant, then it popped right back in. Yeah, I think there was an expectation that the luck would change, right? An expectation that a situation would play out in your favor. An expectation that an offer would be made. But it is so that the offer comes with some is duplicitous in nature, quite potentially, right? That while you also might have been doing your due diligence to go about things the right way, right? Like, let's say if this was a relationship, right? And you being here, right? First stepping in with a sense of hope and a sense of belief that, things can change, things can be better, the wheel can turn, and also just entering into your season, entering into a period of joy and celebration for within yourselves, right? That these energies here, right, definitely could indicate, if I do the right thing, right? I'm also getting a message, well, if I do the right thing, because we even have the Knight of Pentacles here, right? Who is trying to do the right thing, right? Who is trying to, all of these energies are doing their due diligence to not make frivolous or premature offers, right? To not make offers with which there hasn't been a substantial amount of work and time and energy and thought put into it, right? And so for you, the offer, whatever offer it is that you made, might have felt it was done in goodwill, it was done with the right intentions, and whatever it is met with rejection. And I feel as though it's not so much that you yourself get caught up in this energy, but that this energy more so reveals the brokenness within this person who is treating you in this way, or who is having their own Five of Swords moment. I really feel as though this Five of Swords is indicative of another person who saw, right? Who saw what you had to offer, who saw the work and the diligence you were putting into making that offer substantial and making that offer worth everyone's while. And their response to it was to try and gain the upper hand, right? Let me try and take all the winnings. Let me try and take all 8 of these pentacles that this person has put in the time and the effort to create, to share with me. Instead of sharing, I'm just going to do whatever I can do to try and take, right? So let's get some guidance for you all, right? It seems like you are dealing with a situation, and again, it could be work, romantic, it could deal with family. It could, whatever it is you're dealing with right now, where you feel as though you're putting a lot of time and energy into. Be really mindful and be really careful of the people with whom you are planning to share those resources with. Be mindful of who you're planning to share this harvest with. Be really careful of that. This definitely speaks to things not working out, but it's a shock, right? So whatever you feel you're a shoo-in for, right? This was your energy. First card out, Wheel of Fortune, right? This speaks to feeling, high hopes. I got it. It's in the bag. It's mine. Like, it's my turn to win. Whatever assumptions you have around getting the thing or successfully, tying down the relationship or signing off on the business deal, be really check it twice. Check it twice, especially as now we're entering into the retrograde seasons for a lot of planets. So let's get some advice and guidance for Taurus to close out this reading. Because this is not, this reading isn't what you're doomed to experience. It's not what you're inevitably going to experience. This is, these are messages. These are potential patterns that you may find yourself falling into. So, right, we have an opportunity to avoid this potentially. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes the Tower moment are things that we are unavoidable. But the best you can do is learn from it. Any other lessons or guidance for Taurus for May 2020? Yeah, you know. And when this moment happens, right, the best thing you can do is to go into high priestess energy, high priestess mode, right? Which you're familiar with, right? Take a moment to sit in silence and to go deep within and to know that you are receptive to all good things, right? Like this high priestess has the moon at her feet. So you already know is what the high priestess is telling me is that you already know who this person might be, how it might play out. And that your reaction doesn't have to be one of, you don't have to come fighting back with strength and gusto. That you actually can, the way to be might be to be a little bit passive and to not passive, but to be not so reactive, right? To be more reflective and to be more receptive in the moment. And in that receptivity, in that being passive, in that sitting with the all-knowing, right? The high priestess is all-knowing. There's not a single thing she doesn't know. There's not a single thing that's happening around her that she is unaware of. But she doesn't feel the need to have to speak or become reactive to any and all of those things. She is able to just sit here on her throne and to receive everything and be like, yep, I see everything. I see it all. And I don't have to say shit about it. I don't got to say shit. And through that, the messages are given. The messages are received. New opportunities can come your way. Right? Any last messages for Taurus? A fire sign can come in and might actually be capable of receiving this. But you see there's a difference between what you've been doing and what the cards are telling you you need to do. These two energies, even though this person is in inaction, right? They're not doing anything. They're waiting. There's still this anticipation and this anxiety that you can pick up on, right? That he's looking at these pentacles as if he needs something to come to fruition now. And this person, of course, we can see is being extremely active, right? And this high priestess energy, which is the guidance for you, is you don't need to do anything at all. You don't. So if this is about a relationship and you're doing all the things and you're, wondering how it's going to turn out, stop. Last words for Taurus. Last messages for Taurus. Yeah. Once again, just sit back and don't take the bait on anything. Don't feel wrapped up or roped into having to take any offers. Don't feel wrapped up or roped into having to make any decisions. just sit back and allow yourselves to be a bit more receptive for the remainder of your season. All right, you all, I love you. Have a happy rest of your season and happy birthday, and I'll see you for Gemini season.